Hey kids, Inverted Cow here. Welcome back to Vintage Story on the Rabbitech server. I figured instead of doing anything crazy or wonderful or spectacular today, I would show you, but basically, I do every day all the different work and things that I do in preparation for those little episodes where I just spend the day digging a ladder or exploring up an area or building a little bit or running around in circles and ranting. So, as I would normally do, I have started my day. I've logged in. The first thing you will notice is my food is rotten. I have rotted food in my inventory. I have a bowl of rotted food, and I have a fried crock of rotted food. So the food I have from yesterday is all bad. So the first thing I got to do, of course, is take care of that. Okay. Now I've already started on this kind of before I got in here, but the other thing I would do is go around and start going and resetting all of these traps. Most of them will contain at least one rotted fish. Some of them will contain rotted fish and shells. As I see, I picked up a volute. A plain volute. And this one's already produced a fish. Now, here's the problem I'm having with this mod. If I harvest this and I click this, most times it will reset, but every now and then it crashes the game. Like that. And it resets the trap. Not always do I get a second fish out of it, but yeah. It's very annoying. How are you getting up there? What the heck? No wonder I'm losing chickens. Oh. How did you escape? Get back in the pen. I thought maybe I had a frickin' fox or a creeper or something. No, the game is rendering the chickens out of the pen. Ah, man. It's like I had 5 roosters in here one day, and the next day I come in, I got 1. And all my chickens were pregnant. Unfortunately, time progresses, so I can't really stop. The next thing I would start doing is I'll harvest all of my gardens. Now the pumpkins, I'm having a lot of troubles with these. Rabbit swears by them. He says, like, pumpkins are the greatest thing. They're the greatest produce, so on and so forth. I get hundreds of pumpkins per patch. I'm like, yeah, okay. More often than not, I end up with this kind of thing where I've got a vine that goes everywhere but no pumpkin. I'm trying to get to the point where the chickens, I think it's like 6 generations or so, they stop running from you when you go in the pen. That's kind of what I have to work towards. Come on, hurry up, in the pen. There we go. Now we'll just jump down in here real quick. There was a whole block of eggs on the ground, but now there's none. 1. There's some over here. And it's night. I got at least 1 rooster in that batch still, so that's good. Okay, one more quick check on these traps. These things refill almost as fast as you empty them, which is really... it can be rather annoying when you're trying to work on food. Come on. Thank you. What were you? That was more rot. Now I have to harvest this patch here. I left this one to go fallow yesterday, or last harvest, because it was getting a little overused. Okay, and we break that. Now, the pumpkins, I believe, are a pea crop. As you can see, this field is still good. I do fertilize these quite substantially. These traps over here are useless. These snare traps, they're useless. They're garbage. They don't work. The only thing that they ever do is they get tripped by drifters. I have yet to catch anything in one of those traps. My inventory is full, so real quick here. Well, this is something else I probably should have pointed out with build a small 1 by 1 by 1 cellar. Like I got this too wide. When you put the dirt on top or whatever block on top, it seals it up, makes it a cellar, gives you longer preserve time. Why are these ones different? I don't care if you're different. Stack. Oh, they only stack in 8. I see. The fish will rot. If you leave the fish in one of these vessels above ground, they will rot within hours. Literally. That kind of thing. Now this rye bread, yeah, my bread's already starting to spoil. What's my other stuff I got down here? I got jam for 22 days and cranberry jam that's starting to spoil. So I'm going to have to use that up. So I don't even have time left on my preserves. That's fine. We'll work on this moldy bread until it starts to go down. Let me just empty a few of these building materials out of my hands here so we can continue. After you have replanted everything that you can replant, I have to leave one of these one field fallow, and I've replanted another field with something else. After you've replanted everything and collected all your fish out of the traps, I'll come up here and I'll throw any rot I have into the compost barrel, and then I check these because I'm always doing hides to leather, and the process takes a long time. 16 liters of tannin, so I'm going to have to make up some more, another batch of tannin here. Any shells I have found, I'll just throw into the quern here and grind them into lime. There's a few people who were going on about wanting to trade or collect shells, and I had a bunch for them to collect, but they never wanted them. They never expressed any interest in them. It was like, okay, fine. If you don't want to trade for them, they're useless to me. The only thing they're good for is limestone. The only source of lime I have is shells. Otherwise, I have to go due east or due west quite a ways. Apparently, there's a lime biome over there. I have not got to it yet. So after I have replanted, the next thing I'm going to do is dig up my garden, or dig up my cellar. And then I'll stand right about here. And this is where I really like the design of this game. I can open the fire pit, pressing the Alt key, scroll down, move the mouse around until I see the storage vessel, open the storage vessel, grab the fire pot, some firewood. Actually, I think I have a chest that has, yes I do, open up my inventory. I have a chest with some of these sticks. I'm just going to burn these sticks up because they're useless to me. Well, they're not useless, but when you have hundreds of them, it's good to get rid of them. Okay, and I've got cooked crocks and just enough to see the cellar. So then what I'll do is I will do a little bit of cooking. First things I like to do is see what I can do with all these fish that I have collected. Usually you get doubles of stuff, but I'm only seeing a couple of single recipes. So what I'll do then is I'll just fire one of these off first. Trout and bluegill with, now these are my old onions and these are fresh onions, so I'll use an old onion and an egg. Unfortunately, the eggs have very limited on the recipes you can use them in, so this one works fairly well. Throw that full of stuff and my active hand and click on the fire pit to light it. Actually, I got jam that's going to go bad. I got to eat that first. So all I'll do is I'll take and I'll just pop that into a crock, pop the crock down on the ground, grab a new crock and reset the pot. And I will continue doing this until I have cooked up pretty much all the meals I have. I won't make singles for everything. I will make a bunch of 6-bys and that sort of thing, just to get rid of a lot of the produce that I have. Okay, once I have cooked up most of the food, or all the food that I'm going to cook up for the day, I mean, I could probably make a couple more batches of onions, hearty onions, but I'm not going to. I would also do any nuggets into ore that I have, but I've already done those. I did those yesterday, a whack of copper and some, what do you call these things? Bismuth bronze. That's the stuff that I made up. Now, down in my cellar, we'll come down here. Now I've got a bunch of food. I just randomly threw them on shelves. So what I'll do is I'll take a moment and I'll organize this. These ones here are already starting to spoil, so they have to go first. These are good for a lot of days. These are single portions. No, there we go. There's a single portion, so that has to go first. That's a single portion. That has to go first. Okay, this is a portion of 2. That's a portion of 3. This is a portion of 4 and 4. Now these are good for 10, 12 days. Now if I really wanted to, I could probably seal these up and extend the number of days, but honestly, usually go through food faster than this, depending on how much time I can actually spend online per day. So that's usually how much food I'll make. That'll last me about 2 days of gameplay, a day, maybe 2. Now I'll just throw these sticks back into a chest and we'll carry on. Okay, and there we have what we normally catch in these traps. Drifters. They're I don't catch the things that I'm trying to catch. I catch drifters. Now, if I had grown flax is one of the crops that I usually try to grow, but I need to let these fields rest. I would take the time and I would bait all of those hooks. And all these baskets and put all of the food into the chicken pen here that I can. Unfortunately, I did not grow any flax this time around, so that's fine. So after I've done producing food, the next thing I will do is I will swim over here. And first I will check the pit trap around the bees to see if I have any surprise animal corpses. I've come over here and found pigs, piglets, rabbits, everything except what I was expecting to catch. And then I'll do is I'll go out and harvest a whole whack of these reeds. So I'll do that real quick, and then I'll bring it right back. Okay, after I have gone and collected cattails, I usually burn up a knife or two, just because I use flint knives on that. I don't bother making a good metal knife for this part. Then I'll do is I'll come over here to the beehives. Come on, out of the water. And then I will break all of the hives except 2. Ow. Oh, that hurt. What broke? That was my armor just broke. So that guy, this guy. Oh, there's one. We'll wait for them to swarm a little bit. And collect all of the honey. Ow. Ow. Go sting dummy. There we go. Oh no, come sting dummy. There we go. We only got 2 swarms today. I mean, whoops. I've actually had a couple of swarms going, and they actually got my health down one time. Quite low. Come on, go sting the dummy. That gets me quite a lot of honeycomb. And then we'll replace the things. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then what I'll do is I will squeeze the honey, of course, into the wooden bucket. When the honey is squeezed, I will throw all of the honeycomb into my chest for trading, because there's a lot of my traders buys the beeswax. So I'll pick it up after I've got this done. After I have unloaded my honey, I will get some stuff ready for my travels. So far, the best commodity I've found to trade is the honey. Bread, the one trader that buys bread and foodstuffs, you have to have it fresh when you get to them. It's really too hard to do. But as you can see, this gets it now to the end of my first full day. So then what I'll do is I'll come and grab my pan, jump in my bath, open my chest of goodies to pan, pick a stack of something. I'm going to work more on this bony soil because there are a lot of good things that the bony soil drops. But I usually end up with so much sand or whatever. And then you just basically just sit here and pan away. So I'll do this until daybreak, and then we'll bring it back. All right. As you can see, panned up all of that bony soil and loaded up with stuff here. It's just before 4 in the morning, and a heavy temporal storm is approaching. Okay, I am not going to let you endure a heavy temporal storm. The storms lately for me have been dropping nothing. Last storm I didn't even get a pocket lint, so we won't go into how annoyed I am with those. The reason I do bony soil is because the loot drops on it are ridiculously good. These books are part of the lore and journals: rough paradites, rough emeralds, diamonds, the candles, a little bit of silver, a lot of arrowheads. That's why I've got a stack of arrows. I don't even care if I lose them because I got so many arrowheads I can't burn them up fast enough. Gold crown. This is the one that I'm currently wearing. I have found silver. I don't know if I have it up here still or not. It was in this junk chest, yeah. I have found silver crowns, tons of these bronze armlets. Again, spearheads. This is why I'm leaving spears in the traveler's rests, because I have no use for them. I have tons of them. These, which don't stack, it's fine. We'll get rid of those pine logs. These logs are only in here for storage. Those kind of things. Now, I'll show you these books. You right-click the book, and you'll get this little gong with things. Now, opening the journal for me works, but this very first one, I had at one point, I had one of the breakdowns in the very first slot, and then return came in and wrote over the first slot. Now, if I click on any of these, it crashes the game almost every time. So I'm not going to click on them. I'm curious what they say, but I have a hard crash, and this is supposed to have been fixed, and it isn't. It has not been fixed, no matter what anybody says. If I click on any of these, it will crash. It hard crashes the game completely. I have to reset the computer and reload the game. It's very, very frustrating. So those are actually quite useless to me. The only reason I click them is to get rid of them. So I'll stack up this junk that I've picked up here. The rusty gears, 11 new rusty gears put into my stack. The candle will go into my trade stack as well. As soon as I find an artisan, I can trade these diamonds and emeralds and stuff. For now, I've got a bunch just stored in random boxes around here, and I will eventually get rid of them. Now, depending on the amount of firewood that I have, I would normally do is I would cut down these pine trees. I'm currently really well stocked because I just did them yesterday. And when I would cut them down, I'll fill that little thing full of logs and make a charcoal pit and burn those up. But I'm not needing to do that, so we're not going to do that today. The bones, I will usually also break down a bunch of the bony rib cages, and I'll throw the bones in the quern. And again, I can sit here while I'm cooking and click the quern and get it to grind, so I can be watching the stove, literally watching the stove and grinding the quern without having to exit out of all of the things that I have all the menus open. So that's really handy, especially if you're just trying to get rid of stuff. Now, another thing I can do, yes, I have shovels and I refuse to use them. Don't ask me why. This is almost expired. We'll use this up first. One other thing I can do is I can take and mill a little bit of this rye into flour. Let's take that out. We'll take this bone meal out. Okay, make up 10 units of flour. I could probably also do that with the spelt. And once I actually start growing more of those various ingredients, I probably will. And then what I'll do is I'll just take this and I'll quickly make up a batch of bread. So that's raw rye bread. Refill my bucket and place that down, and I'll put the uncooked bread into my trader's chest. Alright, so that should get me everything I need for the next part of my day. So we'll just quickly gonna open this up one more time. And now I'm going to grab a couple of these meals that I have made. Whoops. That should be good. That's 1, 3, 6 portions of food. Throw that in our thing. We'll throw those in our chest. Right click on the lamp. I love this. They added the ability to right click to pick up the lamps. I can't tell you how annoyed I have been so many times having to smash a lamp off the ground or something because it clicked down in the wrong way. And I'll come up here, I'll grab my armor, and I'll put my armor on. And my legs. I don't really need the armor and the legs so much, but I like to have it when I'm traveling because you get ambushed by a pack of wolves or something, and then you regret it. Now, I think I have everything I need. I might take some building materials with me down. Should be okay. Whoops. Take my ladders, put them back in my inventory. Thank you. So we'll throw that chest for tradings on the back. Armor's on. Gardens are planted. As you can see, I've already got fish back in these traps. They just reproduce so quickly. I'm growing the birch for my build in Spawn Town. I was talking to one of the players who likes to build, and I might be contracting them to actually build the headquarters, Spawn Town headquarters for me. So now what I will do is I will head off into the wilderness and I will go visit my various traders. So I'll pick it up here shortly. Okay, the first trader I will visit is Sasha here, and just click on him, see what he wants. And today he wants to buy the metal scraps. So I'm pretty sure I took the metal scraps out of my chest and left them back at spawn, or at my base, so I did. So I can't really trade with him. So we'll just quickly pick up the chest and we'll move on. Oh dear. Now here's where I wear my armor a lot when I'm exploring. Those drifters just came through the teleporter. Okay. There's no other place down there for them to come from, and they came out of the teleporter to come up here and attack me. I just heard the teleporter do its noise. So you never know when you're about to get attacked with this game. A sword in one hand and the torch in the other. And we'll jump in here. Now, they did say that they changed the sound effect on the teleporters. Oh, that's right. The storm is imminent. Okay, I'll teleport over here and head out to the surface. But I don't want to do this during a storm, so I'm going to log. I totally forgot about the storm. Here's the ladder to the surface that I had to carve. So I'll pick this up after the storm is finished. Okay, the storm is over. We have returned to the thing and made it to the surface. And it's now nighttime. Not too big of a deal because I've done this trek a few times now. I'm getting fairly familiar about it. But the next spot I will go is on the other side of my transporter here, where I go to this commodities trader. Okay, we've made it to our commodities trader. Aram, how's it hanging, dude? Dude. Okay, now he will buy some of the beeswax. He also sells some of the other stuff I need. The halite stones. It's the only place I can get salt on a regular basis. Zinc. He also is the only spot that I've managed to get the bismuth from. So that's where I'm getting that from. Swap hands. We'll drop that. Grab our chest. Plop that down. Grab the gears and some beeswax. Now he will buy 3 sets of 2, so that's 6. That's all he's going to do for me today. I'm not going to buy any of those other junk that he has. I'm not doing any long-term canning right now, so I'm not too worried about the salt. If I do find a good salt deposit, it would be worth it. I found a small deposit of salt. It was like 4 single blocks, which really didn't work for me. Okay, we'll switch hands. Button 3. All right, the next stop is, of course, the other commodities trader out here. Over there. Eventually, I'm going to be putting in pathways between all of these traders and the entrance. I have explored quite extensively around this area, continually. As you can see, a couple of deserts and stock. There's a lot of caves that are nasty. There's one cave here. This one has a swarm of the corrupt locusts in it. I need to actually get in contact with somebody who's a clockmaker and go down there to fight that cave. And most of the ruins around here I have already pilfered. I'm basically only after the bony soil in them. I don't really care about the rest of the ruin. I'll take whatever the loot bottle is just to take it, but I don't know why that doesn't store. So I'm going to head over to this next guy, and we'll pick it up once we get over there. Now this whole area would be perfect for a malefactor, I believe is what the class is called. The hippie guys that pick plants. And also absolutely perfect for somebody to set up a farm of ranch, I guess, for collecting or for dealing with milk, like a dairy farm kind of deal. The reason I say the malefactor, of course, is because there's so many... oh, that's not a sound I want to hear. That one I don't mind. That first one kind of gets my nerves. I had one wolf yesterday attack that just about killed me. Again, it was just walking through the bushes and all of a sudden there was a pack of wolves. And pigs. Pigs everywhere. Beautiful place for somebody, like I said, a malefactor to come over and hang out. It's also a great place to pick up horsetail, because around spawn horsetail is very rare. And if we ever implement some sort of economy mod, I mean, like I wouldn't know the first thing about building a mod, but I've got a great idea for how to build one, or for how one could work anyway, with just the implementation of only a couple of blocks. A person could sell and or trade so much resources, and I could make a fortune selling poultices, selling these things, just because there's so much demand for them, and nobody can produce them. And this guy's got a tree right in front of his face, which makes him a real pain in the butt to get into. How's it going, dude? Okay, he's going to buy some beeswax from me as well. He's also got stuff coming in less than one full day. So that's always good. So what I'll do I have beeswax on me still? No. Okay. Yeah. You're looking for 4 beeswaxes today, huh? Just only 4? Boy, you're kind of getting a little bit... Yeah, well, there you go. You're welcome too, dude. All right, so what are you selling? He's got some peat brick. Again, some cassiterite, which is the tin. So I could buy some cassiterite, make some tin or tin nuggets, which is tempting because I do need... I have a need for tin. Not a great need for it, but a desire for it, I guess. Peat bricks. This is actually going to end up being something that is very expensive, because peat is a limited resource. There's only so much of it on the world, and I'm finding deposits of it that are very, very small. I know a lot of people, they love peat, love using it for cooking and stuff, but I tell you, you will run out. Because the deposits I'm finding, which are rarer and rarer by the day, get to be a little expensive. So I'm tempted to do is hang out here and see when his new shipment comes in, because I might be able to trade off again and make a little bit more. Okay, day has broken. It's now light enough that I can see what I'm looking at. Now I'm still at Aran here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a little bit of time and I'll just poke around a bit. I hear you. I just wish I could see you. When they howl like that, that means that they're within aggro range, and that's the warning call. Now, I don't know what the aggro range is on these wolves. And it's very frustrating because they're very hard to see. Here's where I would like to have hunter skill, is when I'm trying to nail some of these rabbits, because you shoot them and they still get away. The other thing I will do when I'm out hunting is harvest any blueberry or any berry bushes and such that I find. I try to do is bring back as much of the food stuff as I can. There's a beehive around here someplace. I love the mountain ranges that this game generates. It's like some of them are so unique. There's definitely a beehive around here somewhere. I might come and look for it. I don't really care about the beehives because I've already got mine going. I've got some skeps going and such. Now when I look around while I'm waiting for the traders to refresh here, I tend to look for is any signs of deposits and such. Like I just found a small copper deposit indicator. So what I'll probably do is I'll come back later and go mine that out. I'm curious about this lake with the hole in it, because I've heard that some of these have resources at the bottom of these holes. That's sandstone. That's sandstone. Okay, I'm not digging into that any further. What I'm looking for is meteor impacts as well. Meteoric metals. Now here's a deposit that I don't want to let go. This is a thing of terra preta. We'll switch over to the good shovel for this. That was just a small deposit, but a small deposit of terra preta is 24 units of TP. I sell that stuff for iron. One of our players, I haven't seen him on in a couple of days, was buying terra preta for, I think it was 3 or 4 ingots for every stack. I think it was 3 ingots per stack or something like that. Which was a fairly good deal as far as I was concerned, because I have yet to find an iron deposit. Mainly because I hate caving. Personally, I am not a cave person, which is why I had said that I would have been better off had I picked the hunter, because I don't spend time in caves, so that skill would be kind of useless on me. This is eggs. Oh, right on, eggs. Okay, it's starting now to get dark. I found a chasm here. I'm just going to head back to where my thing is, my trader was. Okay, I'm back at where the trader was here. Just throw some of my ill-gotten gains into this box. A nice little stack of terra preta is always nice to find. I'm picking the mushrooms, the field mushrooms and the boleys. Not so much worried about the boleys because there isn't a lot. I'm not finding a lot out here, but the field mushrooms I'm finding a lot out here. I'm getting them and the horsetail. Mushrooms store in the chest, in the urn, for a very, very long time. They're well worth the effort to find once you get them. I'm not so worried because perished food doesn't really seem to matter in this on this map. Okay, let's see if he's refreshed here. He has, and he is no longer buying any more beeswax. The other thing I look for, now he's selling bismuth ore. This is something that I do tend to buy. And he wants 2 gears for every 5, and he has 5 of them. That's your supply. I will buy out his stock of bismuth ore. And I am done with this trader. Grab our lamp into our hand, and we'll start heading towards the next trader on my list. And we're coming up to our next trader on our list. This is Hector. He is a foods trader. Unfortunately, I haven't really been able to trade much with Hector. He does occasionally purchase pumpkins and soybean. I don't have any with me right now, but I did want to show you this because, I mean, Hector is one of the traders that I come and I visit every day, even though he has like the weirdest mask on. Is it my breath, Hector? Is that what the mask is for? I understand. It's okay. I can take it. Now, the other thing I will do is I will look for, on the map, is ruins and other things like that that I can go and collect from. So what I'll do is come back on the next trip, for example, and bring pickaxes, which I forgot to bring this trip. I will dig up some of these ruins, a lot like this, and see if there's anything good around them. I just saw somebody running around in here. I think it's just a rabbit. It is. I hunt small game out here when I'm exploring. The rabbits particularly, because I'm looking for is the pelts. And again, I'm really grateful that the dirt gravity was turned off, because digging these things up with dirt gravity on is a real pain in the butt. Now, I didn't find anything in this one. I don't know, maybe there's more to this than meets the eye, but it's just a big block of stone. And I'm not sure, maybe there's more to it. Maybe there's a hidden room or something. I'm not going to sit there and start tearing apart ruins as well. I don't really have the inclination for it. Whatever's in there is in there. Maybe I'll find some hidden rooms or something, but not going to go tearing apart too much. I usually just dig them up. I'm looking for the bony soil and any visible loot chests. So, I mean, somebody wants the granite cobble, they're more than welcome to go back and tear them all apart. Ooh, these are ripe. Yes, I will take them. Alright, so we'll move on. Alright, we're coming up on the next trader on my list, of course. This is the treasure hunter trader in where I'm building the new, or the next, Traveler's Rest. This one's almost completed. I have to remember to come back here and put down the storage urn, but I've put the bed in and the loft, and I've done all the chisel work on the roof. I didn't put the vent over the door this time. I haven't put a sign up, and rather than a table, I chiseled a table in so it forms more of a counter. I kind of like that look more than having a table here. But what I wanted to do with this fellow, I need to feed my guy here because I'm just about to start making noises. I wanted to do was see if this fellow would buy the bread if I bake it. Because the treasure hunter guy... Shift. Yeah, you, dude, how's it going? He'll buy rice bread, flax, or rye bread. Now, he will buy the rye bread today, so that's good. I'm going to try to sell him that. And he buys the ore blasting bombs. He buys them for 1 gear for every 6. I don't see that that's a good deal. I'm sorry, but the ore blasting bombs are really worth it to me. But the flax bed, the rye bread, he'll buy 8 for 1 gear. So we'll see what I can do. I only got 10 on me, but I haven't actually ever sold bread to him before. So let's just empty our hands a little bit. We've just pulled the rye bread off. I got to get this into the trader here right away. I'm just trying to cook up a quick batch of some of the stuff that I have harvested while I was exploring. Just making a batch of red meat stew with field mushroom and berry. Of course, the best thing to do is to mix your let's do this. Come on. Walk and chew gum at the same time. There you go. Is to mix your fruits, vegetables, and meats as much as you can. So let's go see if we can sell some of that rye bread to this idiot here. Now it's already started the perish timer. Just taking it off the fire here. Okay, so I can get a gear for selling them that. I'm not sure how long you have before you have to sell it to them, but there we go. So there's a quick way to sell some things to this one dude. So what I'll probably do is, in addition to the things that I have in this particular lodge, I'm going to also put in a bucket of water. Like I'll just put a water bucket in here, and maybe what I'll even do is make something that looks like a well, like a small shallow well here, just to put the water in. So you can just come out, like click, grab a bucket of water, make up a whack of bread, and maybe I will put a grind mill, whatever they're called, the quern thing down here. Okay, so that's these traders. I will dump the path and some of that soil here. Empty out my inventory slightly at this location, because I am still continuing the path. Actually, from this guy, I'm carrying it off in two other directions. The first trader, I still have two other directions to go to as well. I've got another one of these guys and a trader that is survival goods, I believe. Both of which I want to tie into. So now my next spot I'm going to head towards is back towards Spawn Town. So we'll pick it up when we get there. Alright, we've made it to Spawn Town. Just coming up on what will be the headquarters of the Inn of the Wandering Cow. Again, I've still got a long ways to go. I've still got a lot of construction to do here. I will usually do is come back here. I forgot to bring a chisel and a pickaxe with me, so I'm not going to do any today, but what I'll usually do is come back here and I'll chisel on this for a full day or so until my food starts to run out. Unfortunately, I forgot to bring those tools, and so that work is not going to happen today. I am going to do just real quick is pop in at the trader over here, and this is why I don't like working in the Spawn Town area, the spawn build. The rain actually makes me, the rain in game actually makes me depressed. So figure that out. He is buying beeswax. He's going to want 5 units of beeswax. That's good. And he's selling me my blasting powder. Yes. Okay, real quick here, I will drop my trader's chest. 10 units of beeswax. That's the most you're offering. Okay, and how many more do you got? 2? 5. Right on, Leo. Nice doing business with you. Again, in 5 days, this trader will refresh. Yeah, same to you, Leo. So from our haul, so far. We're doing pretty good. I have picked up some terra preta, which I might see if I can trade with somebody here in town. I left my lantern at the building I was just at, the Traveler's Rest for shift. I knew I forgot something. That's fine. I'll head back that way. It's not usually the way I go, but I'll head back that way and pick it up. Oh, hello. Qu'est-ce que c'est? Somebody is building a thing and they're using the shale cobble. I know who likes that shale cobble. They are still working on the this will become the spawn town hall. That's the where you will spawn in. You will actually start in that building. They're still working on it. There's Rabbit, I think, has actually gotten another person to join with him. The name, I don't know how to pronounce it right, but it's Baembi, Baembi, Bamby, something like that. I'm not sure. I believe they're helping them build, and they're doing it, of course, they're in creative, so they're doing it on that. Dude, I'm tacking here, dude. Cool. Minnie Karma's the person who's doing a lot of the building and modifying of things around town. She's chiseling up these little signs. Fixed up the windmill so it actually has a finished roof on it, or the grind mill. I think she might be doing the work on the public forge as well. I believe that was the indication that she was working on these things. It's also the person I'm hoping to hire to work on helping me finish the headquarters building. I have a good idea what I want to build, but honestly, the time commitment and chisel work and such that is involved in what I'm doing is substantial. Yeah, I haven't seen Ethereal Mind on for a while now. I know he was indicating that he has reached the limit of his experience with this game, which, I mean, it's kind of sad, but that's how it goes. The game has fairly limited content. The creative people in the game will have an infinite amount of enjoyment because there is no end to how creative you can be in this game. However, people who are more into the mechanical aspect of the game, the making of the iron, the smills, the smelteries, the mills, the mechanical parts, that aspect is finite. Once you've built all of that equipment, once you've found all the resources and mined all the stuff, that's it. What I'm doing right now, this is what I enjoy doing: trading, making deals, dealing with traders. I really would like to talk to somebody in detail about my ideas for a mod for an economy where it introduces some coins and trading stuff, and I'm pretty sure there's people that are already working on exactly that. But that's going to do it for today. I hope you're enjoying vintage story, and that's what a day in the life of the inverted cow is on this trader, on this server. So hope you enjoyed. Thanks all for watching. I now got about 4 hours worth of video footage to edit through. Have a great day, and good night for now.